Folks, do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. Alrighty, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. Today's topic is, what are 5 crucial tips you need from your immigration lawyer, or I guess me for now, you should know to ace your case. Now, of course, every case, it depends, but I'll try to share more generalized, at least 5 tips so they can ace your case to get approval. Folks, welcome to greencardguys.tv. I'm your host, John Ting. I practice immigration law in all 50 states of America and across the world, helping you solve your immigration problems, and maybe even prevent it from happening in the first place. Because there are a lot of problems, and unfortunately, sometimes you might not be able to avoid it if it's too late, right? Maybe you already wrote down incorrect information. That's like the way I like to phrase it, incorrect information. But some of y'all just flat out lied. Maybe you thought it could be a white lie, but should not have been done. So even if you already did something like that, there could be a solution. There's a waiver, okay? So it depends. You know, there are certain waivers that are available depending on your situation. And some situations don't have a waiver, unfortunately. So number 1, if you haven't filed any application at all, the first tip I can tell you is tell the truth. Do not lie. Okay? I know it sounds like it should be obvious for many of y'all, but you know, maybe you hire one of those like notarios, notary, consultant, paralegal that doesn't work for a lawyer anymore, and they say, yeah, I've had done this before, I know. Or even your Aunt Sally says, yeah, no problem, I got this, I know how to do this for you. Yeah, they don't pay attention to that. Don't worry. You can tell a white lie. You know, yeah, that's a problem, because depending on the scenario, the government may already have the correct information, or you know, they just cross-reference documents. So that's part of how we help our clients, is that we cross-reference, basically review every relevant document, ask you those kind of questions to make sure that all our I's are dotted and T's crossed, okay? Because if eventually you do require a waiver, 601 waiver for misrepresentation, you need a qualifying relative, okay? A parent or a spouse who's a U.S. citizen or resident. And sometimes you may have a spouse, but they don't have status, but they're applying with you. So then that's not going to work, right? So, and in some cases, if we know in a client, the person shares in advance that there's a problem, then we may strategize, and you're eligible with a qualifying relative, we may strategize to file your waiver at the same time as your petition, if it's allowed. All right, folks. So if you're just now joining, just want to share with you that there is a way to contact us to access strategy session for 15 minutes, no cost to you. Okay. We just want to help point you in the right direction. Sometimes there's some of y'all that say, you know, I absolutely don't need a lawyer for case representation, but I'm a little stuck. I just need a couple tips. Happy to help. I go live every day anyway, Monday through Friday. I don't do it on weekends because my family's not going to like it. Okay, I got to spend some time with family. So just want to share with you, our number is 720-740-4247. We have a lot of phone numbers, so if we call you back on a different one, don't worry. There's just honestly a way for us to know how our social media is working. So with that being said, I personally don't really know how the algorithm works, but if you enjoy the way we share content, please click the screen on TikTok, click the lights and the hearts wherever you see them. And if you have a question, drop in the comment section, okay? You're welcome to share your experience if you like as well. Ask any questions, and I'll try my best to help you out, okay? I should be on live today for about 15 minutes. I appreciate any follows. That definitely helps me know that people enjoy the way I share content, because basically immigration problems with solutions And because that's the real situation. A lot of lawyers or notarios may say there's a solution for it, but it actually is not correct, right? So what we like to do, at least on YouTube and Facebook page, I can share my screen and all that. Um, certain legal information is provided by USCIS or State Department, because I basically love to share if it's possible, right? Sometimes things are possible, but not necessarily in the policy manual. For example, like if your interview is delayed with naturalization to become a U.S. citizen, or you already had your interview, yeah, in this situation you already had your interview. The policy manual with USCIS actually says you can sue them. You can sue USCIS in 120 days if you have not received your decision. But in other situations, when to file a mandamus lawsuit to speed up your case for interview or decision or a visa, there's nothing in any other policy manual that says, okay, here's a green light. No, it's just based on case experience and yeah, just chatting with our friends and colleagues, right, to understand better when's the right time to sue. All right, so second tip, and I do see some questions. Thanks for commenting down below. Let's see. Second tip, if you have not filed your case already, and this is a marriage case, but whether it's marriage or immediate relative classification category, whatever you want to call it, you need to, and you're filing for adjustment of status, a 485 application, you need to mail in together with your medical exam. This is 693, okay, form, okay? And some clinics, they actually tell you if you can bring a copy of the blank form. Now, you can fill out the top part with your name, date of birth, things like that, because, the sooner you can get this medical exam, you're saving some time for the clinic. And honestly, I would bring your own, right? Print it off yourself, the 693 on the uscs.gov website, because we had one case. It always takes that one case where the clinic printed the outdated form. I mean, I want to give them too much a hard time, because randomly USCIS will update the form and say, okay, you got a couple months to use this older form until we transition to a new one. But, these doctors are focusing on being a doctor. So for the last probably 30 years now, we've been just providing the form to our clients. It's it's just so embedded that I don't want a client to have to run into the situation and get further delayed. So we typically just have it saved as a sample folder. So every adjustment of status client has it just readily available. Just don't want to go through that situation again. By the way, again, if you're just now joining, welcome to, if you enjoy our content and the way we share information, please click the screen on TikTok. Well, they really make it easy for y'all. I think on Instagram, you got to click the heart specifically, and YouTube, the thumbs up. All right. So, and we do offer free 15-minute strategy session. If anything points you in the right direction, there's no obligation to hire us. And it's just part of our mission to help you live and work in America legally. We know we can't help everyone. Everyone has a different budget. Some people have, honestly, too high of expectation, and that's just not the client for us, right? We help manage the expectations. Someone says, well, I should have got my green card yesterday. And we ask, well, when did you file your case to begin with? And they say last month. Well, that's unreasonable, right? So just going to be honest there. Most lawyers won't be out there telling you something like this, but if someone doesn't offer your case, it's honestly probably because you're too unreasonable in your expectation. So we try our best in the consultation strategy session to really relay how the case normally could go on average. The 2023 trend for marriage cases for adjustment of status, the average trend from filing date to approval is about 3 months. Now, I know y'all that filed last year are going to be super frustrated with that, because you're like, well, I filed in January 2022. Like, what the hell? Why not my case? It's unfortunately just weird how the, I don't call algorithm, the workflow is for that. So third tip. Okay, I want to share 5 tips, so I'm going to get to 5 if I can on the show. The third tip, it's going to sound silly, but make sure you scan a copy of what you file, okay? Because if you mail off everything, and some of y'all mail the original birth certificate or marriage certificate, don't do that. The instructions actually say you can just provide a duplicate or like a copy. It may not necessarily have like the color of the seal or whatnot, the embossed feel. It's okay. You just send in a copy. And if you have an interview, then that's when you provide the original. To bring it in person, you don't let them keep a copy of it just so they could feel it, basically, right? But I always thought that was kind of silly, to be honest, because a lot of these cases being waived anyway this year. So, like, was it really that important to see the original copy of the marriage certificate or birth certificate? That's what I'm saying. They're just making up these internal rules for no reason. Um, Let me see if I can answer a question while I continue to the next tip. Secret, you said your card was produced 4 days ago. Still no update about delivery. Um, I don't know if they changed this, but at least before, when you check the status online, uscs.gov, check status, whatnot, it's supposed to, like, after, with 1 day after, it would show the USPS delivery confirmation tracking number, usually at least 24 hours after the online status saying decision mailed or something like that, or approved. I don't recall it actually saying approved or denied online. It should just say like notice mailed or decision mailed. Okay, so check again if you haven't already for the tracking number. I know. I mean, personally, for me, I'm surprised that the USCIS would even provide the tracking number. So their technology can work. So I haven't had a problem. Our clients haven't had a problem with that kind of scenario, fortunately. So check it out. Congratulations to you, Secret. And hopefully you have. Hopefully, if you have moved, then you already update USPS. Okay, that you forwarded your mail. By now, it's probably too late to update online with USCIS AR11 to change address because they likely already mailed it out. Hopefully. Okay, let's see here. Appreciate the likes. Let's see. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to speak with our CARES team members, CARES team specialists, please know they're not lawyers, but we do train them with as much immigration knowledge as possible. Just because we get a lot of calls and we have limited time to speak with people, and y'all amazing folks, but some of y'all need answers sooner than we have consultations available. So that's why we train our team almost like every day, to be honest. I usually try to record like a couple quick videos so they have more knowledge, and they're everyone's happier, right? If you call in, I would think you appreciate that better, other than the standard law firm would say, okay, Bobby, I got that. You're waiting a hell of a long time. I don't know anything else, but let me just go ahead and schedule you for a consultation. And then like it's a week later and you're like, oh, I wish I knew that before, right? Or like you ask, well, how do I check my case status? One of our team members could probably send you a YouTube video that's on our channel on how to do that. Right now, it's a bit outdated because the USCIS did update it a bit, but it doesn't appear that much more amazing. So, in fact, at least aesthetic wise, it looks like it's kind of like outdated. So it's kind of strange. But it's the same old bullshit, honestly. Hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, unfortunately. Everyone's still waiting a hell of a long time. Y'all that applied for waivers, someone had a consultation with me today that someone had been waiting since like fall of 2020. That's when they filed their waiver application. So that's almost 2.5 years. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I think I shared 3 tips so far. All right, 4th tip, really should be the first one, is to make sure you're even eligible. Okay, so I'm not trying to give anyone a hard time, but someone shared earlier, asked me a question, great question. That's why I'm going live. And I can share this because it can help others, right? I'm not sharing the person's name. But the thing is, someone asked about, can I basically get residency through adjustment of status in the US after I enter? And I knew from the notes that our CARES team specialist wrote down is that the sponsor is a parent. U.S. citizen parent. So for him, that was F1 category since he's divorced now. So single. Which, by the way, if you were married before and you get divorced or widowed, yes, it can convert quote unquote automatically, allegedly automatically. But I really recommend you update the National Visa Center. If the petition is still pending, then USCIS, so you can move on to the next step. That's for another video, another live show. But essentially, the other question this person had was, do I is it possible to essentially overstay? Which, of course, no lawyer is going to tell you that you can overstay. We just tell you that other clients have been able to do that, but it depends how you're eligible for adjustment status. So he wouldn't be eligible for adjustment status unless he maintained his non-immigrant status. Most people don't, right? Most people just overstay. But if you're coming in with like apply for an F1 visa, student visa, and that's like a 3 or 4 year university degree, that's going to take that amount of time, and the prior date shows up, then it's fine. But if it's a marriage to a U.S. citizen, it's different, right? You don't have to have a non-immigrant status maintained. So the key difference here that we use immigration terminology is your classification or category immediate relative, which technically waives any unlawful presence or the failure to maintain status, or is it family preference? That does not waive any failure to maintain status, okay? Unless you've maintained your status until you complete your residency, essentially, okay? Processing. All right, so hopefully that helps. Your VAWA was approved. Okay, that's great. Let's see, what was your... Sorry, I'm trying to scroll up and down. You want to file for a green card, but you're arrested with... I'm assuming you mean you're trying to type in DWI. Oh, with an international driver, DL, you're going to court. Now you have an undocumented DL. Can affect your case. Well, I don't know that the DL itself matters unless you got like something like a citation, like you didn't have a license for that, driving without a license. But I don't know. Oh, okay. I guess that's what you're saying, that you were driving with international license. And now I don't know. No, honestly, I don't know what an undocumented driver license is. So, but it sounds like, at least with this state, but it sounds like you got some kind of driver license. Okay. So that's good. Yeah, I would just try to see if you can present that. Hopefully it's like a municipal court in Texas. A citation like that would be through the municipal court and not like a county or district court. It shouldn't be like that. So I was just making sure. I thought for some reason my mind, when someone says like criminal court, I think of like DWI and also when saying driving. But if it's more arrested, I just saw that part again. You were arrested for that? That's nuts. Especially if it's only a citation. That's pretty crazy. So, but if you're just saying that was the only offense, then you should be okay. All right. I mean, of course, I don't practice criminal defense or anything, but yeah, check your charging document or citation. Hopefully, it's only a citation, and more like one of those like one-time fines or something. But if you were able to prove, I think how it works, of course, depending on the jurisdiction area, that if you present your, so let's say, for example, state of Texas driver license, and you say, well, I have one, maybe it wasn't at the time that you were driving, but maybe they can help you get it dismissed. I'm not sure. But hopefully that's all you're arrested for and or charged with. Okay, let's see. Y'all a bit shy today. Today's Monday. Y'all still sleeping? Come on, wake up. I'm here. I got 5 more minutes. I can answer your questions, okay? All right, De La Cruz. You're a green card holder. What is the process to bring your mother to visit you in the U.S.? So we actually typically don't assist with this, but if you go to the travel.state.gov website, there is a page about tourism, and essentially your mom, or you can help your mom fill out online the DS-160 form. Okay. Yeah, we just feel bad to charge for something like that unless it's going to be part of another case. So if you're wondering, is there a way to you didn't ask this, but if you're wondering to See if there's another way to possibly sponsor, like for residency. Let's see. Let me pull up here the visa bulletin. Now, if you, for immediate relative category, if you end up being you have to become a U.S. citizen yourself, okay, Ms. De La Cruz, so that you can sponsor your parent, okay? So check out when you're eligible. If you got your residency through marriage, then it's 3 years, but you can file your application 90 days before that 3-year mark. Or if it's not through marriage, you got your green card not through marriage, then it'd be 5 years. But again, you can file up to 90 days before that, okay? You're saying, okay, so maybe 5 years. So yeah, that sounds like you got a different way, not through marriage, which is completely fine. You just have to wait a bit longer to sponsor your mom. But yeah, in the meantime, in that sense, because you haven't filed a petition, I really recommend in this one that you apply for a visitor visa or tourist visa for your mom before, well, this is actually for anyone, before the petition has been filed, which for you, Ms. De La Cruz, you can't even file a petition yet, right? You need to become a citizen. So there's also another website with a state, travel.state.gov, like visa appointment times. You type in your embassy or consulate where your mom's located, and it should give you like the wait times for non-immigrant visa. So I don't want to assume which country your mom's from, but anyway, depending on the visa, it can be fairly quick, maybe 30 days. I think from Manila, the last time I checked, like Manila, Philippines. Let's see here. So wait time. You're welcome to drop in drop it in the comments section if you want. I can check for you. Let me share my screen real quick. All right, y'all, I'll be on for just a couple more minutes, but I do want to make sure that y'all are, okay, she's from the Philippines. I want to make sure y'all know this. If you're just now joining, we do offer a strategy session. Consider like a consultation for 15 minutes, no cost to you. All right. The best way to do that is go to our website, greencardguys.com or freevisaquiz.com. Okay. Answer a couple questions, and within about usually a day or within 24 hours, our CARES team member will contact you. Okay. But either way, greencardguys.com on the contact us page, or freevisaquiz.com, or just give us a call the old school way, up to you. Yeah, freevisaquiz.com. We just try and make it easy for y'all. And then let's see here. 720, there's a phone number, 720-740-4247. We have a couple other websites, may have a different number. We may call you from a different number. Don't worry. They'll introduce themselves as so-and-so from Team Law Group, okay? Let's see here. But yeah, I want to share my screen. I can only do that on YouTube right here. Let's see here. So on default, I have Ciudad Juarez. So the B1, B2 says 683 calendar days. Ooh, okay. So Mexico is not too good for that. Let me type in Manila. It's not by country. They do it by embassy or consulate because some countries have more than one location. B1, B2, it's not as long of a wait time, but it's 169 calendar days. Now, this is after you file online for the DS-160. Now, there's other, you can see here on Facebook and YouTube that there's other categories, other visa types. Some of them have just one calendar day. I wouldn't hold your tongue that long, but yeah. But yeah, this gives you a pretty good idea. I mean, even if it says interview waiver, like interview waived for visitors. That's, from what I understand, that's only, it says only one calendar day, but that's only if you already had an interview before. Okay. So that, yeah, they do the same thing. Yeah, they added more line items here for interview waived, but that's if you've been interviewed before. Okay, so that's that one. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, freevisaquiz.com. 720-740-4247. I don't know. Is it not 4247 is the last four? But yeah, if you go to our website, at least greencardguys.com, it'll show up for our other phone number. Can it help that I think you're trying to ask, does it help if we tell them your name and address here in the US to help them approve the case? The focus is that the visa officer needs to know that your mom, I think this is for your mom, right? Your mom, that they know that she will go back to her country in the Philippines, right? After visiting for, let's say, 2 months, definitely before the authorized stay expires. So the default is an authorized stay, by the way, is for 6 months, but doesn't mean you have to stay for all, your mom has to stay for all 6. But in terms of getting, but because if you eventually get that visa in her passport, it'll say 10 years typically. But some people get a little bit confused. It's not actually for 10 years to stay in the US. You have to leave where it says that authorized stay stamp. Okay, it's typically 6 months for a visitor visa. But yeah, greencardguys.com. I was about to type, but I don't think you'll let me. Oh, that's how you increase the size. That's good to know. I'm just learning a bit more every time. Okay, I'm sorry I've been a little slow on uploading more videos on TikTok. You would think it's only supposed to be like, 60 seconds, but it definitely takes a lot of time with the marketing team. Okay, well, we have so much information to share. Y'all are a bit shy on Monday. All right. By the way, I'm considering to have a different time, especially for, I don't know which platform, but maybe for TikTok, just because honestly, it seems a lot easier to get people to join on TikTok. The algorithm is just so much better, apparently. But YouTube is getting better. So if Instagram, you listen to this, y'all gotta pick up the steam, y'all. You gotta get it together. I don't think Meta knows what they're doing. They might ban me after saying that. Great. All right. So what else? Got anything else? Okay. Well, if not, I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. And by the way, if you just want some information and you're too shy right now, that's okay. Go to greencardguys.com, scroll all the way down, click on one of the guys with family law or family-based employment, investor, suing for your legal status for mandamus lawsuit. Okay. I can share how it looks like on YouTube and Facebook. Like one of those right there. Most popular one, of course, is suing for your legal status because your case is freaking stuck, unfortunately. So let's see here. I think I just saw the question. Let's see. Rajesh, you said you think evening time would be best since many people can join. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's what I thought. But, especially if people have kids, man, it's tough. I got kids. I got 2 little kids. So if you got kids, if they're teenagers, good luck. Okay. Good luck to you. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe like 9 p.m. Central Time or something. If anything, for folks abroad, that'd be morning for y'all. So I'll have to sneak it in when everyone goes to sleep. Just love hanging out with y'all. So if you enjoy the way we share content, click the hearts, click the screen, whichever program you're on. Program software. See, I'm a bit outdated. Program. Click on the hearts, likes on YouTube, and follow. Give us a follow if you don't mind. That my marketing team would greatly appreciate. So will I. So I can continue going live every day. Because if I go live every day, I might lose my voice sooner than later. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Okay, I wish y'all the best. I'll be on live again tomorrow. I know some of y'all just joined, but I'll be on live 12 o'clock tomorrow Central Time. Y'all have a good day. Take care.